Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, and welcome back to another episode of the Ask Me Anything About My Travel series. I am happy to be back on and talking to all of you guys because I got more and more stories. This has been a fun little series for me because I get to really think about the very detailed stories that not only that I went through, but some things that I've forgotten about and were earlier on in the trip and actually were hilarious stories that are keep coming up. So I have a really good one for you guys today. It is one that, you know what, I did forget a little bit since it was early on the trip, but now brings back so many good memories. So, but before we get to that, I do have another thing to show you guys. Something else that I like to travel, or not travel, collect while traveling around the world were minerals or small rocks when I could. And this is one of my favorites. I'll try to get a good picture. So what you're looking at is actually a big chunk of Dead Sea salt. So this is from the Dead Sea around in Israel. And of course, there's lots of salt around the Dead Sea. And I got this little chunk. It was perfect size for my backpack. And that was a crazy experience. Talk about when they say floating, yeah, it's like the water is rejecting you. It's trying to just shoot you out of the sea. It's incredible. But that is a little piece of Dead Sea salt that I now keep with me. I got a little memory in the form of a rock. Another thing they get to collect when you're on the road. But that is not what our story is about today. Our story is actually quite far away from Israel in Thailand, which had a lot of meaning for me and Jackie. That's where we met. We met practicing Muay Thai at a gym here in Columbus. And Thailand was a really wonderful spot or place that we were really excited about. And when we first got to Thailand, we went to the island of Phuket, and there's a Phuket is one of those places too that has a lot of it has a lot of tourist attractions. It's very well known, so there's a lot of stuff going on. It is a really fun destination, but this place, this one spot that we found amidst all the chaos that was Phuket really helped, I don't know, reinforce a little bit of what the travel lifestyle is about instead of sort of a vacation, check the boxes type of place or type of lifestyle. So when we first got to Phuket and we went to the main beach and it was just absolute chaos. Now, the one thing about Thailand that I really didn't enjoy is the sex trade that does go on there. There is a real seedy underbelly of the tourist attractions, tourist places in Thailand. So, but it's also crazy and fun. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of places to go out. There's a lot of places to eat. So it was a typical big, beautiful beach too. So there's a pretty typical tourist attraction. So we did a lot of stuff there, but the magic for me in Phuket was when we started to move south. We started to move south on the island to Kuta Beach, which was a more, I would say, family friendly beach and had a lot of smaller shops and smaller things to do, including this magical barbecue place that we found. So I'll set the scene for you. We had a long day of lounging on the beach. Oh, let me tell you, it was so difficult to sit there and soak in the sun. We did a little snorkeling. We were hanging out, having a good time. And I had worn one of my shirts that actually did survive from beginning to end. The trip was a shirt that Jackie got me that had Muay Thai written across it in the Thai script. So, of course, I'm wearing this in Thailand, but I didn't really remember it. But people can read my shirt. And I'm actually really lucky that Jackie just didn't tell me that it said Muay Thai and it had some crazy, hilarious saying. So that once we got there, it was just an embarrassing statement. So thanks, Jackie, for being honest. But we were walking by this little, and it was this tiny little barbecue stand. It had probably about 4 or 5 tables. It was open air because it's Thailand and they're super lucky in that way. And there was a big fish bin out front, which was the catch of the day. The boats had brought up the fish that day. And it was smelling good. But we usually walk by these stands, and when people talk to us, we try to kind of ignore them and go on our way because it happens a lot. But this particular time, the shop owner who was standing out front read my shirt and was like, "Oh, Muay Thai, Muay Thai. Do you practice?" And got us talking. And all of a sudden we're like, oh yeah, duh, you can read my shirt. That's pretty cool. All right, come on. That's all right. We'll go in. We'll try this place out. What we didn't know is that we were walking into this amazing place that just kept on giving. So let me explain. So first of all, they had all the usual pad thais and everything that you can imagine, but the fish, oh my goodness, I was saying that fresh fish earlier, but what they would do is you would go out to the bin, you would select your fish and be like, okay, so this was a fresh tuna that was caught this morning. Okay, I would like to have that. Then they take the fish, they put it on the grill, which was cooking with wood, from a special kind of wood to help season it more. And they would cook it right in front of you. They would clean it, cook it right in front of you, and then serve it to you. Amazing, super good. But so not only are we getting this super fresh fish, when we started to look around, we started looking at the crowd, and the crowd was kind of like a lively crowd at this 5-6 table little place. And all of a sudden, we were kind of eating by ourselves, and we started talking to the table next to us, and the other table had so many people from all over the world. So there was a Russian girl, there was a Scandinavian couple, the Thai owners of the restaurant were there. I think there was some other European people. So there was just like a huge eclectic mix, and they were all talking, all having a good time, all drinking. Of course, we get sucked right into that and started talking to the owners, started hearing stories. We really became friends with the girl from Russia, and had a really amazing time at a place that we completely didn't expect at all. And that was only the first night. So of course we had such a good experience the first night, then we went back a second night and got our fish. It was cooking on the grill, and this English guy came in with a captain's hat on, and he had retired, moved to Thailand, just didn't want to deal with winter anymore, and I don't blame him. And he wears his captain's hat around all the time in retirement. He goes to this little barbecue every week, hangs out with Sek, the owner, and he had brought in his German friend along. So it was the English guy, captain's hat, and German guy just sitting there, hanging out. We're chatting while we're eating fresh fish with Sek, and then of course Sek's talking about teaching us surfing and all kinds of stuff. So there, not only was the last night hanging out with him and drinking before, now he's offering to have us get on surfboards and go to some really nice beaches in Phuket. And then the third night, so of course we had 2 great nights. So the third night we went back and have our fresh fish ready, like on the grill cooking. We're sitting there, of course. Now we're the ones, we're the veterans. We're not the newbies anymore. We're the veterans. Time to pass on the Magical BBQ place. And a group of Cypriots came in, and of course we're like, oh man, we would really like to go to Cyprus, but we've never met anybody from Cyprus before. This is cool. And of course we start talking, the owner came in and starts talking again, we started drinking. So I mean, like, I don't know, we met probably 10 nationalities in this tiny 5-table open air barbecue joint in the middle of the island of Phuket that no one or no travel blog will have ever written about ever. And we had the best time talking to all these people, eating the freshest fish on the planet. I mean, pretty much as close to fresh as you could possibly get. And I think that really is part of what ingrained in me. It was one of the first times that we really found something that not only was ours but was super local. And it means so much to me now that I really focus on those things. And I think we do get into a trap, not only in travel, but in a lot of things, where we go about our days, or we go about our events, our planning, trying to check off boxes. And especially when it comes to travel, where I'm going to go see this thing, and this is what I should be doing here. And that, for me, sure, those places and those things are really great and you should see them, but if you don't spend the time to shake it up and look around, then you miss out on these really incredible experiences with people that you would never ever meet or never expect to meet. anywhere else in the world. It's just this weird serendipity that brings you all together in that moment. And it's something that I'm really reflecting on now that I'm back is I look at an experience like that sex barbecue place, and I start to realize that a lot of the things I really treasure from the trip, and not only from the trip, but from a lot of the other times in my life, the things that I really treasure are the ones that were unplanned, were a bit crazy and chaotic, that it didn't have any agenda, or I wasn't trying to tick any boxes or make any gains. It just happened. And trying to bring that back into my life can be hard, especially with a lot of checklists, but it's something that I definitely think about. And I think that we should all try to go and find a little bit more of, try to find a little bit more of that serendipity into our lives, because not only will it make some incredible stories, make some incredible new friends that you would from other countries, or even even within your own city, or your neighbors that you never knew existed, and really add to your life in a special way. So that was the Magical BBQ Joint of Phuket, Thailand, for me and Jackie. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to try to find this place again. I'm gonna tag the owner of this post so that he can at least tell the location of the Magical BBQ Joint if you're ever in Thailand. So that is it for me. Add a little serendipity into your life, people, because I'll tell you what, it'll make you happier. It'll give you a lot more stories to tell. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. If you missed any of the videos, go ahead and check out the Facebook page at Nathan Speaks, or the YouTube video, the YouTube channel, which has a link in the comment or the description as well. And of course, the podcast. Don't forget about the podcast. I actually interviewed the owner of the Magical Sex Barbecue place, and he is with the episode Superman. It's a really good episode. I really, really enjoyed making that one, and I hope you enjoy listening to it yourself. So that is all for me. Enjoy your Friday, guys. I hope you have a good time, or staying warm, and go find a magical barbecue place, because who doesn't love a little barbecue? All right, guys. See you later. Talk to you soon.